Everyone. In today's session, we will see how to do recovery in various situations by user-managed backups or with the help of user-managed commands. In this user-managed recovery, we will not use any other utility like rman for recovery purposes. Objectives. First, we will see what is media recovery, how to perform recovery in no archive log mode, how to perform complete recovery in archive log mode, how to restore data files to different locations, relocate and recover a table space by using archive redo log files, describes read-only table space. And then we will see user-managed incomplete recovery. In this, we will describe the steps of the incomplete recovery, then how to perform an incomplete recovery, and how to identify the loss of redo log files. First, user-managed complete recovery. So, media recovery. Media recovery is used to recover a lost or damaged current data file or control file. We can also use it to recover changes that were lost when a data file went offline without the offline normal option. Restoring the files. When we restore a file, we are replacing a missing or damaged file with a backup copy. Recovering a file. When we recover a file, changes recorded in the redo log files are applied to the restored files. Recovery steps. First, damaged or missing files are restored from backup. Second, changes from the archive redo log files and online redo log files are applied as necessary. Undo blocks are generated at this time. This is referred to as rolling forward or cache recovery. Third, the database may now contain committed and uncommitted changes. Fourth, undo blocks are used to roll back any uncommitted changes. This is known as rolling back or transaction recovery. Fifth, the database is now in the recovered state. Recovery when the database is in no archive log mode. When media failure occurs in a database operating in no archive log mode, we need a valid closed database backup to recover. In no archive log mode, all Oracle database files must be restored, even if only one data file is damaged or lost. Make sure we restore all of the following files: data files and control files. If we took a backup of the online redo log files, when we need backed up the data file and control files, we can also restore those files. Remember, all Oracle database files must be synchronized for the database to open. We should restore the password and parameter file only if they are corrupt or lost. Note, for a database in no archive log mode, we do not have to restore all Oracle files if no redo log file has been overwritten since the last backup. For example, there are two redo logs for a database. At closed database backup was taken at log sequence number 144. While the database was at log sequence 145, data file 2 was lost. Result is, because log sequence 144 has not been overwritten, data file number 2 can be restored and recovered manually. If we decide to operate a database in no archive log mode, consider the following advantages and disadvantages. Advantages: easy to perform because only a restore of all files from the backup is required. The only risks are operational in nature: restoring the wrong backups or overwriting the backup, not shutting down the database before restore, or making the invalid backups. Adequate training and tested procedures can help us to minimize these risks. Second, the time taken for recovery is merely the length of time it takes us to restore the files, given our hardware and operating system. Now some disadvantages. All data entered by the user since lost backup will be lost and must be reapplied manually. The entire database must be restored from the last whole closed backup even if only one data file is lost. Slide 8. Disk 2 is damaged, so we lost data file number 2. Only 2 online redo log files exist. The last backup was taken at log sequence number 144 and the current log sequence number is 146. We cannot recover the data file because the redo log 144 has been overwritten. This would be confirmed if recovery was attempted. Therefore, we must shut down the database and restore all Oracle files. Shut down abort, then we restore the files using copy command. When the copy is finished, we restart the instance. Then we notify all the users that they will need to re-enter the data from the time of last backup. Now if the database is open, then shut down the database as follows. Shut down immediate. Restore the most recent whole database backup with the operating system's command. We must restore all of the data files and control file, not just the damaged file. Because we did not backup the online redo logs, we cannot restore them with the data files and control files, so that the Oracle can reset the online redo logs. We must mimic incomplete recoveries as follows. Recover database until cancel. Then when it prompts for auto or redo number, then we give cancel. Then open the database with reset logs option to reset the current redo log sequence number to 1 with the command alter database open reset logs. Recovery in archive log mode. Comparison of complete and incomplete recovery. When we perform media recovery, we update the restored file to the current or to a user specified non-current time. In complete recovery, we use the redo log files or incremental backups to update the restored files to the most current point in time. All of the redo changes contained in the archived and online redo log files are applied to the files. We can perform complete recovery on a database, table space, or a data file. With incomplete recovery, we are recovering the database to a point in time before the current time. Usually, we do not apply all of the redo entries which have been generated since the backup we used for the restore was taken. Now complete recovery when the database is in archive log mode. When media failure occurs in a database operating in archive log mode, we need the following to recover completely up to the time of failure. A valid backup containing the lost or damaged data files taken after the database was set in archive log mode. All archived logs from the time of backup that we are using through the present time. The redo log files that contain transactions not yet archived. Now some advantages. We only need to restore lost or damaged files. No committed data is lost. Restoring the files, then applying archived and redo logs brings the database to the current point in time. The total recovery time is the length of time required to restore the files and apply all archived and redo logs. Recovery can be performed while the database is open, except for the system table space files and the data files that contain online rollback segments. Some disadvantages. We must have all archive redo log files from the time of our last backup to the current time. If we are missing one, we cannot perform a complete recovery because all archive redo log file must be applied in a sequence. Determining which file needs recovery. Identifying data files that need recovery. To identify data files needing recovery and from where recovery needs to start, use the $recover file view as follows. Select star from $recover file. The error column returns two possible values to define the reason why the files need to be recovery. If it's null, then the reason is unknown. If it's offline, normal, if recovery is not needed. The change number column returns the SCN from where recovery must start. To locate archived log files, view $archived_log for all archived log files or $recovery log for archived log files needed during recovery. One of these commands can be issued to recover the database. Recover database. This command can only be used for a closed database recovery. Other command is recover tablespace and then tablespace name or number. This command can only be used for an open database recovery. Recover data file, either name or number. This command can be used for both an open and closed database recovery. Now automatically applies archived and redo log files in recovery process. Using archive redo log files during recovery. During recovery, the Oracle servers can manually or automatically apply the necessary archived and online redo log files to reconstruct the data files. Before a redo log file is applied, the Oracle server suggests the log file name to apply, restoring archives to a different location. If archived redo logs files are not restored to the log_archive_desk directory, then the Oracle server needs to be notified before or during the recovery. So we can do this by the following method. Specifying the location and name at the recovery prompt by using the alter system archive command. Alter system archive log start to then the location. By using the recover from then location command. How to apply redo log files automatically? We can automatically apply redo log files in the following way. Before starting media recovery, we can issue a SQL command set auto recovery on. Enter auto when prompted for a redo log file. Other method is we can use the automatic option of the recovery command. Recover automatic then data file name. So in this example, data file is automatically recovered. We use operating system commands to restore the files to the new location. In the Unix environment, the files must exist in the new location prior to issuing the alter database rename command. Then we start up the instance and mount the database. We use the alter database command to update the control file with the new file location or name. Alter database rename file. Complete recovery methods. There are 4 methods of performing complete recovery. Method 1. Recovering a closed database. We use this method when database is not operational 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The recovered files belong to the system or undo segment tablespace. The whole database or a majority of the data files need recovery. Second method, recovering an open database initially opened. This method of recovery is generally used when file corruption, accidental loss of file, or media failure has occurred which has not resulted in the database being shut down. The database is operational 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so the downtime for the database must be kept to a minimum. Recovered files do not belong to the system or undo segment. Method 3. Recovering an open database initially closed. This method of recovery is generally used when a media or hardware failure has shut the system down. The database is operational 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so the downtime for the database must be minimum. A restored file do not belong to the system or undo tablespace. Method 4. Recovering a data file with no backup. This method of recovery is generally used when media or user failure has resulted in loss of a data file that has never backed up. All archived logs exist since the file was corrupted. The restored files do not belong to the system or undo segment tablespace. During recovery, all archived logs files must be available to the Oracle server on disk. If they are on backup tape, we must restore them first. Complete recovery of a closed database. We generally use this method of recovery with either the recovered database or recovered data file command when the recovered file belong to the system or rollback segment tablespace. When the whole database or a majority of the data file need recovery, then also we use closed database backup. When database is not operational 24 hours a day and 7 days a week, then also we can use this method. We have determined that U01 contain corrupt blocks. This is where data file 1 is stored.
By querying $data files and $tablespace views, we discovered that data file 1 is one of the files belonging to system tablespace. So we will proceed as follows to recover the database. First step is, if the instance is not already shut down, issue the shutdown command as follows: shutdown about. Then second, restore the files from backup, most recent if available, with the help of operating system commands. Third step is start the instance in mount mode and recover the data file. Startup mount, recover database, or recover data file. To bring the data files to the point of failure, all needed archived logs and redo logs are applied. When recovery is finished, all data files are synchronized. Fourth step is open the database with the help of alter database open command. We can now notify users that database is available for use and tell them to re-enter any data that was not committed before system failure. During this method of recovery, the database must be closed. Open database recovery. Recovering an open database when it is initially open. This method of recovery is generally used when file corruption, accidental loss of file, or media failure has occurred which has not resulted in the database being shut down. Second is database is operational 24 hours a day and 7 days a week, and downtime for the database must be kept to minimum. Fourth is affected files do not belong to system or rollback tablespace. Your database is currently open and data file number 2 has accidentally been removed using operating system commands. Because the database is currently open, we can use the following command to determine which tablespace the data file belongs to. Select file ID, file name, tablespace name, and status from dba_data_files. Then first step is issue the query to determine if you need to take data file 2 offline. Second, because the file is offline, we can now restore it from the backup with the help of operating system commands. Third is use the recover or alter database recover commands to apply the archives and the redo logs to the restored data files with the help of recover command, that is recover data file or recover tablespace. Fourth is when recovery is finished, all data files are synchronized, then bring the data file online. Alter database, data file online, or alter tablespace, use the data online. Note: the Oracle server sometimes detects a file problem and automatically takes it offline. Before recovery, always checks the alert log for any error and check the status of files. Offline files may require recovery. When a tablespace is taken offline, all data files are taken offline and no data contained in that tablespace can be accessed. For a multi-file tablespace, when one data file is taken offline, only data contained inside that data file cannot be accessed. The tablespace still remains available. Next is open database recovery, recovering an open database when it is initially closed. This method of recovery is generally used when a media or hardware failure has brought the system down. Database is operational 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and downtime for the database must be minimum. The damaged files do not belong to system or undo segment tablespace. We have just determined that the media failure was due to a failed disk controller which contains only disk 2. From our familiarity with the database, we know data file 2 is not a system or rollback segment data file, nor will its unavailability prevent users from running their end of month reports. So first step is mount the database. It will not open because data file 2 cannot be opened. Startup mount, that is database is mounted. If you are not sure of the tablespace number to which the data file belongs, we can always query the views. Now if the data file is not offline, the database will not open. Therefore the file must be taken offline. We can query view v$data file and determine the file is online or not. Then the following command must be issued: alter database data file, then data file name offline. The alter tablespace command cannot be used here because the database is not open yet. Third step is database can now be opened so that user can access the system. Alter database open. Fourth step is now restore the file. Because it cannot be restored to the damaged disk 2, restore it to some other disk. The Oracle server must now be informed of the new file location. Alter database rename file. After that the previous file location and then the new file location. Now when the database is opened and tablespace recovery is required, issue the following query to determine the name of the tablespace that owns the data file. Select file ID, file name, tablespace name, status from db_data_files. Fifth step is use the recover or alter database recover command to start applying the archive redo log files. And the sixth is when recovery is finished, all data files are synchronized. Bring the data file online with the help of alter database data file online command or alter tablespace user data online command. Recovery of a data file without a backup. This method of recovery is generally used when media or user failure has resulted in the loss of a data file that was never backed up. All archived log exists since the file was created. The affected files do not belong to system or undo segment tablespace. Now recovery without a backup example. Data file 4 on disk 1 is lost. When restoring the data file from tape, we receive an error indicating that file was not backed up. We locate the DBA who created the table_data tablespace 2 days ago and find that it contains important user data, but it was never included in the backup strategy. Because data file 4 is not a system or rollback segment data file and we have all the archived logs for the past 2 days, we can proceed as follows. First, if the database is closed, then mount the database, take the data file offline and open the database. This allows users who do not need that tablespace to work on the system. If the database is open, take the data file or tablespace offline. Now, if database is open, the immediate option must be included to avoid the database writer trying to write to a file that do not exist. Alter tablespace, then tablespace name offline immediate. We confirm the recovery status by querying v$recover_file to check the status of backup. Second step is we issue the following command to recreate the data file: alter database, create data file, then the data file name as the new data file name. Then we query the view, select star from v$recover_file. The third step is use the recover or alter database recover command to start applying the archived and online redo log files to recreate the data file. Recover tablespace, then tablespace name. To bring the data file to the point of failure, all needed archived logs and redo logs are applied. All data files are now synchronized. Next is fourth step is when recovery is finished, bring the tablespace online. Alter tablespace table data online. All data is now recovered. Include the file in the backup strategy and notify users that a tablespace is ready to use. Recovery of read-only tablespaces. Recreating a control file. If we need to recreate a control file with the create control file command and our database has read-only tablespaces, we must follow a special procedure. Issue The command alter database backup control file to trace to get a listing of the procedures. Second, renaming data files. If we cannot restore a copy of the data files in a read-only table space to the correct destination, we can use the alter database rename command to place the files in a new location. Backup control file. The procedure for recovering read-only table space with backup control file is essentially the same as for offline normal table spaces, except that we need to bring the table space online after the database is open. Loss of control files. Recovering control files. There are three ways to restore and recover a control file. Use a current copy to restore a lost file. This assumes that we have not lost all of our control files. Use the create control file command to create a new file. To do this, we must know all of the files for the database. Backing up control file to trace on an occasional basis facilitates this process. Third is use the recover database using backup control file command. This is necessary if all control files have been lost. If our database is properly configured with mirrored control files, we minimize the likelihood that we will experience a loss of control file. Next is user managed incomplete recovery. Incomplete recovery reconstructs the database to a prior point in time. The situation results in the loss of data from the transactions committed after the time of recovery. This data will need to be re-entered manually if required. Perform this recovery only when absolutely necessary. Incomplete recovery can be difficult and time-consuming operation. To performing incomplete recovery, we need a valid offline or online backup of all the data files made before the recovery point, all archived logs from the backup until the specified time of the recovery. Incomplete recovery is typically used when a complete recovery operation fails. Some common reasons for performing incomplete recoveries are missing archive logs. A complete recovery operation fails because of a bad or missing archived log. Recovery can only be completed to a time in the past prior to applying the archive log. Loss of control file. We did not mirror our control file and we do not know the structure of our database, but we have a backup of an old binary copy. Loss of redo logs. Redo logs were not mirrored and we lost a redo log before it was archived, along with the data file. Recovery cannot continue past the lost redo log. Or user error. A user drops the wrong table, commits data update with an incorrect where clause and so forth. Types of incomplete recovery. Time-based recovery. This method of recovery is terminated after all changes up to specified point in time are committed. Use this approach when unwanted changes to data were made or important tables dropped and the approximate time of the error is known. Recovery time and data loss will be minimized if we are notified immediately. Well-tested programs, securities, and procedures should prevent the need for this type of recovery. The approximate time of a non-mirrored online redo log becomes corrupt. Mirroring of logs should prevent the need for this type of recovery. Cancel-based recovery. This method of recovery is terminated by entering cancel at the recovery prompt. Use this approach when a current redo log file or group is damaged and is not available for recovery. Mirroring should prevent the need for this type of recovery. An archived redo log file needed for recovery is lost. Frequent backups and multiple archive destinations should prevent the need for this type of recovery. Change-based recovery. This method of recovery is terminated after all changes up to the specified system change number are committed. Use this approach when recovering databases in a distributed environment. This method is not described in more detail here. Now next is recovery using a backup control file. This method of recovery is terminated when the specified method of recovery has completed or control files are recovered. We must specify in the recover database command that an old copy of the control file will be used for recovery. Use this approach when all the control files are lost, the control file cannot be recreated, and a binary backup of the control file exists. Mirroring the control file and keeping a current text version of the create control file statement reduces the chance of this method. Restoring a database with a different structure than the current database to a prior point in time. Then also we need to use recovery using backup control file. Incomplete recovery guidelines. It is important to follow all recovery steps carefully because the most problems with incomplete recovery are caused by a DBA error during the recovery. Transaction activity can only be rolled forward to the desired time, not back to the desired time. This is the reason why all data files must be restored for the database to be taken back in time. Failure to restore all data files prevent the database from opening. Perform a whole closed database backup before starting incomplete recovery. This is helpful in the following ways. It allows us to recover from errors. If recovery fails, for example, we recover past the desired point of recovery, redo logs and control files cannot be used for the next recovery unless there is a backup of these files. It saves time if the recovery fails. In this situation, we can restore the data files from the new backup rather than from a previous backup, which needs archives applied. If whole backup is not performed, at least archive the current redo log and backup the control file. Perform a whole closed backup after successful recovery. This is recommended if a recovery is required before completion of the next scheduled backup. Always verifies that problem has been corrected before allowing user to access the system, in case the recovery failed and needs to be performed again. Backup archived logs from the system to prevent mixing archives from different database incarnations. Consider the following example. A database at log sequence 144 has archived logs from ARC120 to ARC143. After performing incomplete recovery, a new database incarnation is created, setting the database log sequence to 0. Now archived logs ARC120 to ARC143 are now part of the old database incarnation. After 120 log switches, the archived log ARC120 will be overwritten and is backed up with all other archives. At a later stage, if recovery requires ARC124, we need to make sure that the archived log restored from the backup is for the correct database incarnation. Otherwise, an error will result. So we will separate the previous archived redo logs from the newer ones by taking the backup of the archived redo logs frequently and whenever we restore our database to a point in time. Incomplete recovery steps with user managed procedure. When a failure occurs requiring incomplete recovery, we must have the following to recover: a valid offline or online backup containing all data files, all archived redo logs from the restored backup to before the time of failure. Follow these steps to recover. First of all, perform a full closed backup of the existing database. Shut down the database as all data files, including the system tablespace files, will be restored from backup. Second is restore all data files to take our database back in time. Place the database in mount mode and ensures that data files are online. Recover the database. Open the database by using reset log options and verify the recovery. Perform a whole closed backup of the database. The following command is used to perform incomplete recovery. Recover database, then option. If we include automatic, then it will automatically apply archived and redo log files. In options, we can give until time, until cancel, until SCN, or using backup control file. The alter database recover syntax can be used instead. To apply redo log files automatically during recovery, we can use a SQL* command set auto recovery on, enter auto at the recovery prompt, or use a SQL recover automatic command. Incomplete recovery using until time. Shut down the database and begin recovery. Because the approximate time of failure is known and the database structure has not changed since 11:44 am, we can use the until time method. If the database is open, shut it down by using either the normal, immediate, or transactional option. Restore all data files from backup, the most recent if possible. We may need to restore archived logs. If there is enough space available, restore to the log_archive_dest location, or use the archive system archive log start to then location name. Third step is mount the database, and fourth is recover the database with the help of command recover database until time. Before performing the whole of closed database backup, query the employee tables to make sure it exists. When recovery is successful and the backup has completed, notify users that the database is available for use and any data entered after the recovery will need to be re-entered. To synchronize data file with control files and redo log, open the database by using reset log options. Alter database, open reset logs, and then see the archive logs. Next is cancel based recovery. We are concerned about block corruption in the employees table resulting from disk error. Because redo logs are contained on the same disk, we decide to check the status of redo logs and archived logs. After searching through disk and data directory, we notice that redo log is missing and has not been archived. Therefore, we cannot recover past this point. So we query v$log_history view, which confirms the absence of archived log sequence number 48, which is the counterpart of that redo log file. Because this is an OLTP system, the output from v$log shows that an extra 10 minutes of work will be lost if the database is recovered before applying the redo log. Users are not happy about losing work but can recover that work. So the recovery will follow. First of all, shut down the database. Second is restore all data files from the most recent backup. Third is we already have a valid backup, so mount the database. Fourth is recover the database until log sequence number, and then recover database until cancel. Fifth step is open the database by using the reset log options. Sixth, check the tables that they exist, and seventh, when recovery is complete, make a backup, notify the users that database is available for use and any data entered after this time is recovered. Incomplete recovery using backup control file. First is the table space containing the employee table has been dropped with the command drop table space including content. You immediately ask users to log out and keep records of the data entered over the past 15 minutes. While you wait for all users to log out and remaining sessions to be killed, you place the database in restricted mode to prevent further access. Alter system enable restricted session. During our investigation, we locate the binary control file from the backup last night. Because the current control file will be replaced, we carefully gather database structure information in case it is required. We confirm the time of error by checking the alert log. Then shut down the database, backup the control files, then restore all data files and control files for the database at a time when the table space existed. After attempting to open the database, the following error informs us that redo logs and control files are not synchronized. Sixth is we verify whether any offline data file exists and place them online, because any offline files may be unrecoverable after recovery. Seventh is we perform the recover database until time using backup control file. If we are prompted for an online redo log file, enter the file name at the prompt to continue the recovery. If the following error appears instead of media recovery complete, it indicates that either data files need to be restored from an earlier backup or more recovery is required. Error is file 7 was not restored from sufficiently old backup. To synchronize data files with the control files in redo log, open the database with the reset log options. Then verify the employee table whether it exists or not, and then make a whole database backup. After it, we notify the user that the database is available for use and any data entered after 11:44 AM will need to be re-entered. Loss of current redo log files. If the database is closed, media failure may have occurred or a background process may have terminated. We use the following steps to rectify this situation. First one is attempting to open the database will immediately notify us of the current redo log group through the following message. Database mounted but open field for members of log group 2 of thread 1. Because log group 2 is the current redo log group, it will not have been archived. Using the clear log file command is of no use because incomplete recovery is therefore required. First of all, we must note the current log sequence number from the select star from $log. Next is we restore all data files from a previous backup, and then we use the recover until cancel command and stop before redo log 61 is applied. Then we open the database using the reset log option. The database should now be operational because any missing log files will be recreated. If log files need to be recreated on another disk due to media failure, use the alter database, drop, log group and alter database add log group commands to create the log files manually. Now we just performed incomplete recovery. The database should now be backed up. This is all about database backup. Thank you.